Hey guys, so today I'm going to make a video that I've been wanting to make for a super long time, but first I didn't really have everything that I wanted to use, and then my nails started breaking, so that didn't work out so well. But now I finally have everything I need, or that I know that I want to use, and my nails are pretty much all even. So today I'm going to show you the different ways I know how to make the white line of the French manicure, and it's a few different ways, so you can pick your favorite from these, and I hope this video is helpful. I would love to hear back from you guys. If you have any questions or comments, or maybe even a video response, you can put it in the box down below, and I would love to see how you do it, if any of these methods work for you, or if you know even a different way to do the French manicure. So I hope this helps, and I hope that you enjoy it. Thank you. Bye. Hey guys! So the first way I wanted to show you how to do this, I guess we would call the traditional way, and I'm going to be using this polish by Orly. It's called French Tip, and it claims to have like a precision brush, but to be honest, I mean, it's a little bit thinner than some nail polish brushes, but I mean, in general, I think it's pretty normal sized, maybe a little bit thinner, but pretty normal sized. So you just wipe off excess product like this on the side of the jar. I don't know if you can see that too well. I can do it on this side. You want to have enough on there, but you don't want to have a big glob so that it goes in other parts of your nail, and you don't want it to do that. So then you just follow the smile of your nail like that, and then you fill in the rest of your nail. If you have really long free edge like me, you go ahead and do that. If you can tell, like, my nail bed here is really short, so for my nails to look pretty long, I have to grow a pretty long free edge. Some women have longer nail beds, like my mom, for example, so even when she grows just a tiny bit of free edge, her nails already look really long. So when I have a French manicure, or they're just I just have a base coat because I didn't have time to paint them or something, then people say, oh wow, your nails are so long. But when they're painted with a color, and especially if that's an opaque color, to be honest, you can't really sometimes you can't tell that they're long. They don't look as long, and I'm just like, man. But anyway, the other method I know is using this Sally Hansen French manicure pen. I mean, it doesn't have to be by Sally Hansen. I think like Broadway Nails makes one. And you can pick up one at Sally Beauty Supply by some other manufacturer. So there are a few different manufacturers that make this. And this is pure white traditional tip. So if you open this up, you'll see it's kind of like a thick felt tip pen. And I've already done this, but you give it a shake and maybe take a paper towel like this and just press down into the paper towel to make sure the nail polish is flowing. I did this before I started the video because I hadn't used this in a while, or even if this is new, you want to make sure that the nail polish is flowing so you don't get some streakiness in your nail. So the way you do this is you press down on your nail and then you run that brush across like this. I don't know if you can tell. Here, let me show you. But it's kind of sheer, so sometimes you have to give it a second coat. And I personally don't like this method because it's not coming out right, because the polish, it doesn't come out evenly. Now, I've done this sometimes where it works just fine, but in this particular time, like, it's not coming out evenly, so I have to repeat until it's not streaky, and I don't like that. See, it doesn't look right because when I was pushing out, you could see I got some polish outside of the white part. But I mean, it works okay if you shake it up and stuff, but personally I wouldn't recommend this just because it can be kind of hit or miss. Like, sometimes you'll get it done nicely, sometimes you won't. I mean, if you see this from far away, it looks pretty nice, but once you like look closely, you can tell it's streaky and it just doesn't work right. I have also had this pen for a while, so maybe if it's new it'll work out better, but from what I remember, it's like not really, I don't know. So then another method that they've come out is with these nail art
paints or nail paints, nail art paints. Some of them will say like stripers. So anyway, you shake this up just like it's a regular polish, but when you open it up, you'll see that it's got a really thin, precise brush. So there are two ways you can use this brush for the French manicure. You can either follow the smile of your nail, just so that you can get that precise line, and it's really pretty easy to do that. And then from there, fill it in with your polish. So you grab whatever polish you're using. I'm using the one by Orly that I used earlier, and just fill in the rest of your nail. And even if you're messy with that thin line towards the inner part, it's okay because you're about to cover it with your white. One thing you want to make sure of though is that that pen doesn't have a very different white tone from the rest of your nail, because if it does, then it's going to be difficult, because you might be able to tell from your polish to your thin line that it's different. Like there are some like more off whites and stuff like that, so you just want to make sure that your whites kind of match up evenly. The other way you can do this is you can either, if you like having a thin line on your French manicure, you just do that. That was a little bit of a thick line, but see if I can flatten it out a little bit. And then paint there. Now I know that looks kind of weird without the polish, but I've seen thin lines like this, except instead of covering your whole white, you just do a very thin line. So I guess it kind of can look more mature in a way sometimes, especially like I think when I have such a big white part, if I do too thick of a white line, it just doesn't look right. Like I said, because my nail bed is so small, so it starts looking sort of disproportionate. But the thin line is really helpful. You can also make it, you know, any size you want. I mean, if your natural white free edge is smaller, you can make it smaller. It really is up to you. Like I would normally do something maybe that thickness, so it doesn't look, you know, too thin, because I think honestly if it's too thin it looks sort of weird. But for me, if I do my entire free edge, it looks just way too thick. So somewhere around there would be where I would do it, and then just paint over that. Because for me, I just don't like this super thick. Some of you guys do, and that's fine. It's up to you. It depends on your nail beds, on the size of your nails and fingers, how thick they are, how long they are. So it really depends a lot on your fingers and stuff. So that's that. And so you can use, it's just easy to be really precise and add on another line and stuff like I just did. So that's really just fast and simple, and actually works pretty well, and I like doing that. So another new method that came out is this nail art pen, also by Sally Hansen, and this I have only seen by Sally Hansen as of now. I think I might have just seen a new one in Sally Beauty Supply by another manufacturer. And this is literally, you do have to give it a good shake, but it's literally a pen. Like you just shake it up and then write like a pen. You don't have to squeeze or anything. You just have to make sure that it's flowing. And then you literally write with it. And it's awesome. So see there, I made a really thin line. I can, I just smudged that up. I can keep writing. Technically writing, because it's like just like writing. It comes out. The only thing is, when I first got these, they were kind of liquidy. And I did notice that. So I guess it's really up to you, sort of. If you do get these, just try them, test them out first. Like if you're on a rush and you have to do this quickly, don't do this right away, because you don't know if it's gonna be working, not gonna be working. And see, like for example, I smudged that there. I could just touch that onto there and fix that mistake. So these pens are actually pretty awesome, and they've been out kind of for a while now. But I just I actually shot this video already, and then I don't know, like I rewatched it, and it was with my old camera, and it was really like out of focus and stuff. So that's why I wanted to do this one. So that's those methods. I wanted to show you one more method, but I'm just going to really quickly here take some nail polish remover and wipe off my thumb, simply because I want to show you on my right hand because it's easier. I mean on my left hand because it's much easier for me to do these with my right hand since I am right-handed. You can obviously do these on your left hand, guys. I'm just doing it for easiness and quickness. I just have to be much more patient and much more careful when I do my left hand. Alright, so this method you require some nail polish remover. I have used the non-acetone nail polish remover. I have this one by Equate. This bottle was like 70 cents or something. It's the smaller one. Or you can use some actual acetone, either acetone-based nail polish remover or pure acetone. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to use the acetone. I don't use it very much because acetone is bad for your nails. It's usually meant to remove fake nails, but you just take your cap and you pour some of that nail polish remover in there. It doesn't have to be a lot, just enough for your brush to go in. Just put it off to the side. And you're going to need some sort of brush. It's best if you use a synthetic brush because I feel like the bristles just work better. But it's really up to you. I've seen manicurists use all sorts of brushes. Round brushes, long brushes, small brushes. I thought, I thought it had to be very specific. But I guess it's just whatever you're comfortable with. So I'm using a filbert brush. It just means this shape. That's just the artistical name for it. It's a number 8, and it's by Royal, and it's a soft grip, but that doesn't really matter. That's just because it's got this comfy grip. But what you do, and the advantage of this method, is that you can be super, super messy. So you take your white, and you kind of go all over. And if it doesn't come out thick enough, you can do even a second coat. You can let these dry in between, or dry maybe a little bit before you go brush. So you just go all over. You can be super, super messy. Then you take your your brush, and you're going to dip it in your nail polish remover. Have it off to the side just because I don't want to spill. But you're just dipping it straight in there. And then you start brushing off that nail polish. And get this, you can get the thickness you want, you can get the type of smile that you want. It's pretty awesome. So let's say, and you might have to re-dip just because the nail polish starts accumulating on those bristles, so it might start streaking up your look. And there you go. As you can see, it looks really nice. You just have to wait a few seconds for the nail polish remover to dry. That's another reason to use acetone because it evaporates super quickly. But if you use the other nail polish removers, you just have to wait a little bit longer, and that's it. So I just remembered there's one more method that I have. Just a second, I dropped my paper. And it's by using these guides. They come in a little plastic thing like this, and you take it out. And you can see there's guides here. It's basically like a little sticker. Just removing the nail polish from my thumb because I'm just going to use that to show you. So you take, and with that method with the acetone is obviously you can't have any sort of nail polish or base coat on there because the acetone is just going to take that right off. So with that method, you can only do certain French manicure. So if you like having a base coat or something, that's not going to work with that, obviously. So then you take your guide. When you take it off your paper, it looks kind of like this. Now these usually come in French nail kits by Sally Hansen, Broadway Nails, etc. But you can also buy these separately. They're probably not too much. These came with a kit, so I can't tell you how much it was, because altogether the kit is like, what, $8, $9? I don't even remember. But they'll probably, what, like $2, $3, maybe $4 if they're really overcharging you for these, or depending how much come. But pretty much a lot come in a pack. And the idea is to take each one and use it one time, but sometimes I just use like one per hand maybe, and you just have to be patient because you have to wait for the polish to dry before you take it off. So then you kind of place it wherever you want the smile. And then you press it down like a sticker. Make sure you get into your little end areas here. Sorry if I went out of the camera there for a minute. Like this. And then you can take your nail polish, your white nail polish. And the advantage of this is that you can be pretty messy because you can just start dabbing that all over and going on the sticker if anything. And and that's it. You just wait for this to dry. You have to be a little bit patient. Trying to blow on it, because if you do take this off while it's wet, it's still gonna be how can I say this, like it might drag the polish outwards, so that's no fun. So basically, I mean, I'm just gonna do this to show you, and you want to do this pretty quickly when you take this off. It actually worked out really well because I took it off really fast. If you take it off really fast, it works out kind of nicely. And you can get whatever shape you want. I think they sell these straight across. I haven't seen a lot of straight across French manicures often, so maybe like they've stopped, but I know that was a trend for a while. So as you can see, I've got like a nice line on all my nails, and I used all sorts of methods to get them. So it's really up to you what you like best. A lot of people like the whole brush nail polish method because you can be as messy as you want and then kind of fix it up. Personally, I don't like it. One, because I like using base coats and sometimes putting nail polish underneath the white line. So if you... something fell over there. So if you do that, if you do this method, you can't do that. And it just takes a little bit of practice. The first time I got it done at a salon, I'd never even seen it, so I'm like, whoa, what you doing? And then I'm like, oh, it didn't really come out that nicely. She didn't do it very well. The second time, though, that I got it done like this, the girl did amazing. I mean, the lines looked perfect. It was really cool. So it just takes a little bit of practice and finding the type of brush that you want. I also think they use different brushes. The first lady used like a round brush, and I don't remember the type of lady, but it was the type of brush the other lady used, but it was very long like this. And I don't remember if the end was flat or rounded out like this, but honestly, it's up to you. So that's basically it for this video. I hope this was helpful. If you by any chance know any other ways to do a French manicure, let me know, and just put it in the comment box down below. And I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye bye.